Hello, Earth Signs, and welcome to your daily focus tarot for Sunday. Hope you're having a good Sunday. For the first set of cards that came out together, we have Ace of Wands and Five of Pentacles. Now, the Ace of Wands, this talks about growth. It talks about a rebirth and a stable rebirth in terms of who you are at a very deep level. Not just your unconscious, but both your conscious and your unconscious, like who you are at your core. So this is talking about having that rebirth, that growth, that creativity for that new beginning. And Five of Pentacles, this is talking about, it can be talking about isolation, but it can also be talking about like running away from your problems because you're insecure and you have a lack mindset. It can talk about poor health. So this could be, it also talks about spiritual poverty sometimes. So this could be that you are trying to isolate yourself in order to have this new beginning, or that you are having this new beginning because you're having this poverty, be it physical poverty or spiritual poverty or poor health, and that's causing you to work on yourself and to grow. Now here, the abundance is being chased by loyalty, right? Your growth is being chased by your loyalty. The two clarifiers that came out for these cards, both in reverse, the Prince or Knight of Wands and the Prince of Pentacles. Now the Prince of Pentacles in reverse, he talks about perfectionism and being sometimes stagnant or bored. It says the search for the gold in the south that lies in the darkness needs a period of introspection and apparent inactivity to unearth it. So, needing to rest in order to grow and to overcome this lack. And the Page of Wands in reverse, this talks about haste. It talks about scattered energy. It talks about avoiding things that bring you joy, passion, excitement, and adventure. It talks about avoiding all those things because you're afraid of them. Now, if you are in poor health, you are avoiding those things and it's causing you problems. It's causing you, to stagnate and to not have this growth that you want. You can't avoid everything, especially things that make you happy, just because you're afraid. Because you're afraid of what will happen, or what would you do if, you got stuck someplace. You can't always avoid things. It doesn't lead to growth. You can't always isolate yourself or run away from your problems. That doesn't solve anything. Now, the other set of cards for you to focus on for today that came out was the Lady and the Four of Wands. This talks about abundance. It talks about like physical abundance, but it also talks about creative abundance. Lots of ideas, lots of new beginnings. It's a doorway towards this abundance, right? This is opening for you. And the Four of Wands, this talks about a community celebration, but it also talks about like a wedding or some sort of merger or union or deal, but it also talks about like the group of people that are within the greater group. So if it's a wedding, it talks about like the bride and groom who are within the community, their small little group within the community that's now a union, and how that affects the community and makes it happy, makes it more whole. So this abundance in terms of a union, this creativity in terms of a celebration for the community and for yourself. And the clarifier that came out was rebirth. Now, rebirth, this talks about coming out of the darkness into the light. It talks about becoming whole again, being called to do something more important with your life, to be more spiritual. And that leads to the creativity, the growth, the abundance. So you had a very dark time, or you're going through a very dark time right now with this Five of Pentacles and these Knights in the reverse, but you're trying to get this growth, this new beginning. You're trying to get this abundance and this celebration and this rebirth. Really focus on getting out of that sort of mistrust, that lack mindset, anything that's keeping you afraid. Really look at it on a deeper level and see, like, why am I afraid of that? Do I actually need to be afraid of that? Or do I need to be anxious of that? Do I really need to mistrust the people around me or the situations around me that I'm putting myself into? And if you do, then maybe look at creative ways to combat anything negative that might happen if you were to trust those people or those situations. Start looking at things from a different perspective. Not a lack mindset, not a mindset of fear, but a mindset of abundance. Really work on this rebirth, on this coming out of the darkness. Work on getting away from hiding your face, hiding who you are. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you tomorrow.